WorldTel presents the Wills World Cup.
The crowd scenes and atmosphere for this quarter-final match are unbelievable. Hello and welcome to Bangalore for this Pakistan-India match. The whole of Pakistan and India will come to a grinding halt today. They'll all be on tender hooks. This match is big news worldwide, but I can tell you here in Pakistan and India, it is just unbelievable. The scenes in this ground and outside the ground with their queues miles long, and of course all the security have made it pretty tough to get into the ground. But we're almost there. We're about to get these quarterfinals going, and this ground is going to be an unbelievable venue. It's almost packed to capacity at the moment, and just spare a thought for the players who are under real pressure. A very tense Wakar Yunus. That was the first ball of this contest. Seems to me the umpires are tense as well. It looks as if they've started just a fraction early out there. Now clock's registering 14:28. Everyone's tense. The leather sides: Tendulkar, Sidhu, Mandrake, Azruddin, Kambli, Jadeja, Mongia, Shanat, Kumbli, Prasad and Raju. So they've got the two spinners there, Kumbli and Raju. This is the second ball. And that's a better line just outside off stump. Pakistan, bad news from their point of view. Their captain, unfortunately, didn't pass his fitness test, and so Wasim Akram is not out there with his men today. Amir Sohail and Saeed Anwar, two fantastic openers, will be out there first with a bat. Ijaz Ahmed, Imzamam Al-Haq, a danger man in this side. Javed Miandad, the old man of the World Cup. Salim Malak, good player. Batting down the order, Rashid Latif, the wicketkeeper. Mushtaq, very good leggy. Ataur Rahman in there in place of Wasim Akram, and of course Wakar Yunus and Aqib Javed. Those are the sides for today's clash. The game is underway, and Wakar Yunus has the ball. Oh, he's played at that one just outside off stump. Well, I've got Sani Gavaskar with me in the commentary box. You've experienced all this before.
I'm afraid not, Greggy. I've played in a few India-Pakistan matches. There have been test matches, there have been one-day matches, but nothing quite like this. The tension out here is palpable, and the noise is something which I've really never heard before. So I can't really claim to have experienced something like this. I think the tension out there is unbelievable. And we saw it in the way Wakar Yunus bowled that first ball wide, but he's got it right now.
Always played again, just at that one outside off stump. Just a little bit of movement there, a bit of bounce too for Wakar Yunus. Just one bad ball in this over, the first one, and the rest have been just outside off stump. And he's played and missed. Navjot Singh Sidhu, seeing they're having a little flirt outside off stump, didn't get close to that one.
No, that's the way he plays in the initial stages of his innings. Look at him, he's nowhere near the ball. He feels for the deliveries outside the off stump. Navjot Singh Sidhu is a nervous starter. It's only after he middles a few that his feet start to move. He's then a better judge of the ball outside the off stump. But right now, he's just feeling for it.
That's in the middle of the bat, played away on the offside. Even that gets a roar. So just looking at the field that has been set initially, they've got two slips in position there. Imzamam Al-Haq is at first slip, and that's Mushi at second slip. No gully, there's a man at backward point on the offside, as well as two other fieldsmen. So they've got three saving one, as well as the two slips in position for the outside edge. That's quite a strong offside field with a third man down on the boundary. And the onside field far less protected, wide mid on, and a man squared on the leg side and a fine leg. That's well bowled and well played. Batsmen just love to feel that ball right in the meat of the bat. Just need a few of those, especially openers. Get it back down the pitch and start to relax a bit.
Yes, I think when you have a couple in the middle of your bat, you tend to feel a lot better. The first couple of deliveries which he missed would have made him even more nervous, but now that he's middled a couple, he will be feeling the easing of the butterflies in the stomach. Not quite though. Till he gets off the mark, gets a few on the board, the butterflies will still be fluttering in that stomach.
that's well fielded. They'll get one. But a good stop. That could so easily have gone for 4. That's the end of the over. 2 runs without loss. Now that Indian lineup, including 2 spinners, Raju and Kumbli. So just the wide and a single in the first over from Waqar Younis, and it's now going to be Aqib Javed. Right arm, medium, fast. He's from Islamabad. 126 matches. Just a little bit of movement. The ball wasn't well pitched up at all, but still you could just detect a little bit of outswing there from him. Bowlers will be looking certainly early on to get a little bit of movement out of that wicket, although it really does look flat and very good to me. Those are his performances so far in this World Cup. Taken 2 wickets on the first 3 occasions he went out there, and against India didn't bowl, of course, just started bowling, and against England none for 34. Uppishly played, and again a diving save. Anwar in the gully, or was it Javed? This was Javed Miandad. Oh, pretty good moving for him.
Well, Sidhu playing it a little bit uppishly. He wants to push that ball away and try and get to the other end. This is the nervousness telling. It's Javed Miandad, that gully.
That's well bowled. There's just a little bit of bounce out there. It looked quite a hard pitch to me. Everyone's talking about a lot of spin out there. No doubt that it will be a bit of a turner, but it seemed to have quite a good crust on it. And so far, the 2 fast bowlers for Pakistan have made it bounce just a little bit. That's umpire David Shepherd from England. And, of course, Steve Buckner from the West Indies. Steve Dunn is the 3rd umpire, the New Zealander. It's a good line, and very close in there. At gully is Javed Miandad, and he's coming even closer. The wicketkeeper's run down the pitch to have a chat to Sohail. Just keep an eye on Javed Miandad in the gully. He wants to come closer. When one considers the position of the wicketkeeper and the slip, he's very close.
Well, the old fox is back to his tricks again. He knows it all. He's done it all.
Well, that's a good delivery. First ball pitched up, dirt swing. He's been just a little bit short, not giving it much chance to swing. That one was up there, and it went quite a long way.
Well, this is, as we say, a khade shot. Really no movement of the feet at all. Navjot Singh Sidhu hoping that the ball would come in straight, and hoping that the early pace and even bounce in the wicket would help him to get away with that shot. But there is movement there for Aqib Javed. I think in talking about Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis, Javed is underestimated.
Down the leg side, and wide signal, left to re-bowl that one. That's the problem when the ball's swinging a little bit. You get it down the leg side, and if it doesn't swing back down the line, the umpires can be quite severe on the fast bowlers.
So long as there is consistency, I think this is what is repeated so often, that so long as the umpires are consistent, there should be nothing to worry about. But as I was saying, Aqib Javed is very much underestimated because all the focus is on Akram and Younis, but he's always delivered the goods.
Oh, he's hit that one hard. That's flying away down towards 3rd man. It'll be cut off down there. Back they come for the 2nd. In comes the throw. That's well played. 5 without loss. So Sachin Tendulkar hasn't faced the ball yet. This is what a lot of these Indians have come to see. Arguably the best player in the world. Just over 100 matches, an average of just under 40. And that's what he's done so far in this World Cup. 127, 137, 70, 390. He's on strike now. And straight away off the mark, he's glided that one on the offside. Back for the 2nd. He looked a little bit tentative to me, but he played that one a long way away from his body. Let's have another look at it.
Well, yes, once again, Sachin Tendulkar, like Navjot Singh Sidhu, playing his first ball, so he really has not been there to move his feet. And when you're at the wicket for some time, you tend to move your feet. And this running for 2 runs will have certainly helped the circulation in the legs.
How long will it take him to play that pull shot he plays so well? Beautifully in behind that one. So relaxed at the crease. Such lovely, easy movement of the feet. Gets himself a long way across. Lots of pressure on Sachin Tendulkar. If he really fires here today, well, then India will have a great chance of winning this match. Lots of responsibility on Waqar Younis as well. Now that Wasim Akram is not playing, they'll be looking to him to get that breakthrough. And Javed Miandad coming in close on the offside. He's pulled it away and unlucky. One bounce just backward of square leg. Played it into the ground. Salim Malik, the fieldsman there, did well to stop that one, actually.
It was awkward bounce after the ball had been hit. Look at the way Tendulkar has rolled the wrists over, ensuring that the ball was hit down. But because he's a short man, he will not be always able to keep the ball flat down. It will carry a little bit.
Once again to Salim Malik just behind square. He's threatened to throw the stumps down and been jeered. They'll give him a hard time. Yes, Sachin Tendulkar averages 39 against Pakistan and has a strike rate of over 100 in one-day internationals. That's very, very good. Played about 10 games against them. They play quite a lot against each other in Sharjah. That's nicely placed as well. Taking it off the stumps. They'll get one. Will they come back for the second? Tendulkar wants it. Sidhu says no.
Navjot Singh Sidhu is a very cautious runner between the wickets. And in a sense, it is good because Tendulkar might just get a little carried away with trying to get more of the strike because he's in such good form. He knows that he has to be at the receiving end of the bowlers so as to be able to get his team some runs on the board.
What a sight it is from high up here in the commentary box. Brilliant cricket ground. 7 runs off the over, 12 without loss. So a little chat between the two of them. Well, I don't know who was responsible for getting rid of second slip. It may well have been Javed Miandad. He's talking a lot out there. He wanted a man close in at silly mid-off on the offside. He got his way, but at the expense of second slip. So India 12 without loss. That's the situation so far. Sidhu has 7. One of those, a big neck, went, I suppose it would have been just the right hand of second slip. There wasn't a second slip there. It went for 4. Very fast outfield. They've still got one slip. Javed Miandad's in the gully. Akib Javed, the bowler. Oh, well bowled. There's a little bit of bounce out there. That one carried beautifully. This was close to Sachin Tendulkar's outside edge.
It's beautifully bowled. Very good length. The kind of length the batsman in the early stages of his innings hates to receive.
Well, there it is. England made 235 for 8. A big recovery by England. They were in trouble at one stage. De Freitas doing well. And Reeves coming to the party at the end of the day. So Sri Lanka 95 for 1 off 11. They're at it again. Jaya Sarir apparently has taken him to pieces up there. Little Kalu with Oraners back in the pavilion this time round. He was out early. They lost that first wicket very early on in that innings, but have a look at them. They are on fire, Sri Lanka. Yes, it's going to be one thing winning this match, Sonny. It's going to be another one running into Sri Lanka.
Well, once again, I think you're jumping the gun. They still have to get 140 runs, and anything can happen. This match over here now, the tension is easing a little bit now that a few overs have been bowled. The batsmen's nerves are settling. Even the bowlers now a little more confident of their rhythm and run-up.
He's onto the back foot. That's a good shot. Not quite timed, but into the gap. It's running away over the hard outfield. They'll come back for the second. Yes, this is so important from India's point of view. They've only had one decent start in the World Cup so far, and that was the first match against Kenya in Cuttack when they made 163. This is a good shot from Tendulkar. Didn't quite time it. It bounced a little bit on him. He got it into the gap, mind you. Yes, 163, the opening partnership in the first match. The opening partnership since then, 2, 7, 27 and 5. So a lot depends on a good start here. Pakistan, on the other hand, have been a bit more consistent. Their partnership 7, 10, 52, 81 and 70. And they've got those runs in quick time too. Amar Suhail and Saeed Anwar have played beautifully in this World Cup. Well, that swung a bit too. He went after it. Get a second slip in there. They're going to get another one in that area for sure. There's a little bit of movement in the air. It's going away. Anything pitched up.
Well, look at that head so straight, and look at that foot coming down towards the pitch of the ball. Tendulkar now back to his confident self.
Well bowled. Well, I've got to say that Aqib Javid's bowled a very good line. He's straight down the leg side once. The umpire now having a little look at the pitch out there. He's getting quite close to the danger zone. But he's got the ball swinging away a little bit. He's looked pretty impressive. A lot of responsibility for him here. His captain's not playing. Well, they're not taking much notice of me. There's now no slip out there. They've got a gully. They've decided to push one back on the offside. And the fine legs come up to leg slip. Umpire Buckner is making him come a little closer. Going for the cut shot, bottom edge, 3 runs off the over, 15 without loss. So 4 overs have been bowled. The question is, are they going to get another slip in there? In fact, they are. The horses bolted though. Sidhu's on strike. They're back to the 2 slips, and 3 men saving one on the offside. There's no doubt that it's important from Pakistan's point of view to get rid of Sachin Tendulkar early too. If they don't, and he gets going, not only do the players out there know the consequences of that, but that's one of the reasons why this ground is packed. They've come to see this little fella. What a player he is. Just outside off stump and played just backward of point. Sidhu is on 7. He's had 14 balls for his 7. Tendulkar has 5 off just 12 deliveries. And just looking around the ground, I can't see a vacant seat anywhere. Waqar Younis has easily the best strike rate. Economy rate of 4.43. Yes, 29 88.1 is his strike rate, so he gets a wicket every 29 balls. And that's the best around. Nicely played, but they've got Malik around the corner there, and he has a little shy at the stumps. Sonny, just looking at the head-to-head results, I can see why you Indians get a little bit tense over Pakistan. 42 matches. Just watch this shy at the stumps here, and then he has a little go, but no chance there of getting a run out and having a little game with the crowd behind him. Yes, I might just talk about the head-to-head results here. 42 matches, of which Pakistan have won 27. That's well bowled, slower ball. And India only 12, so they really have dominated in the one-day matches over the years.
Yes, they have had a better all-round side. They've got today, as well as in previous matches, a very good opening attack. They've got batsmen who are capable of getting their team off to a good start. In the middle order, they've got players who can not only consolidate if wickets have fallen early, but also accelerate when the situation so demands. And in the fielding department too, they seem to try a little bit harder than the Indians have done in the past. But all that is water under the bridge. This is a new game, and the team that plays well on the day, we have seen, is ultimately the winner.
There's a fine leg down there, so they'll have to settle for the single. Just one off the over, it's 16 without loss. Well, that's the story so far. India have won the toss here in Bangalore in this quarter-final of the Wills World Cup. They haven't lost a wicket yet. 5 overs have been bowled so far, and that's the score. The run rate 3.2 per over. That's nicely played. On his leg stump, he's turned that one away, beaten the square leg fieldsman, and they'll settle for 2. This outfield is pretty quick.
Well, Amir Sohail, the Pakistan captain, has got Salim Malik to the right of the square leg umpire for the quicker pace of Waqar Yunus, but for the slightly slower pace of Aqib Javed, he's got Salim Malik to the left of the umpire, and that's been the difference, because Salim Malik has stopped all those shots in the previous over that Sidhu had played off Waqar, but this time, because he was to the left, he was away from the ball.
It's a 4-1, and it's driven away into the covers. No placement there, straight to the extra cover fieldsman. Well, one can almost feel the tension. And it will build slowly but surely as this match goes on. It looks to me to be something in the order of a 240, 250 pitch out there. There's a bit of bounce. The ball is coming onto the bat okay at the moment. He's got that away to third man. He may look for the second one here. He's running straight down the middle of the pitch. Well, he's gone from middle stump to middle stump. And the umpire Shepard, they're having a go at him as well. I said, now look, cut this out, get off the wicket. It's going to turn enough at the end of the day anyhow.
Well, I don't think that's the idea, because Navjot Singh Sidhu does prefer to run on the middle of the wicket even otherwise. And perhaps that's not exactly a great idea, because he's not wearing any studs. He's probably bound to slip a little bit when he's turning. It's interesting just to notice those follow-through marks there as well. As he took off, you could see the bowler's follow-through marks. Aqib Javed has actually got quite close to the stumps. He's been spoken to once. Just
keep an eye on the pitch here as the batsman heads off down the pitch, and you'll see those marks. And there they are, just there. You can see as he sets off. They're not far away from being right in the danger zone. Navjot Singh's to do, 11. And there's that tempting one, that little one that floats away, and that's well left.
Yes, that was a beauty. Just the right kind of delivery to tempt the batsman into coming in for the drive. Just outside the off stump. And leaving the batsman, just see, pitched up. Asking the batsman, come and drive at it. There wasn't a slip. The batsman could get tempted to do so.
He's got back a third man as well. Just the single. 4 runs off the over. 20 without loss. Just a little pause here as umpire Buckner tells Javed Meander, I want you a bit closer. Javed is a bit reluctant, and really Buckner is saying, there's the point, I want you right there, and there's the other point, now that's where you've got to stand. Javed trying to snatch a yard or two. The umpires have clearly had some marks made to help them see to it that the batsmen or the fieldsmen are close enough. Well, there he goes for the pull shot again. Wasn't quite there, didn't quite latch onto it. And that went through to the keeper. Half-hearted appeal, but I don't think there was any contact made there. Let's see if we can pick up anything here. I don't think so. Missed everything. It was through him actually just a little bit quickly. Waqar Younis desperately keen to get a breakthrough here. Bang on target again, right into the action again. Salim Malik's had a fair bit of work to do at backward square leg. He's been perfectly placed, as Sunny Gavaskar has pointed out.
The extra pace of Waqar Younis means that the batsman will play the ball a little late, which will mean that the ball is going to go backward of square leg. With a slower bowler of slightly lesser pace, the batsman tends to play the ball a little ahead of the body, and so the ball is likely to go, if it's in the middle, towards the front of square leg.
Watchfully played by Tendulkar. And it's just pertinent to point out too on those bats. One is the golden oldies bat, and there's also the other one that some of you have seen, which is the most prolific run scorers bats. We'll show you that one later in the day. Exactly the same numbers apply. Have a look at that. They're all packed in. They queued up out there. They've been out there all day long. And what's more, they're in for their first night match in Bangalore tonight, so it's going to be fantastic. Those are the big new lights, which will come on at around about 5 o'clock this evening. Is that a go? This one, and just short. Well, he's getting a little bit bogged down, and he wants to cut loose. He nearly chose the wrong one there. A maiden over, a very good over that one. India 20 without loss. So there it is, 20 without loss. 7 overs have been bowled, and so far no real breakthrough for anyone. The Indians have been bogged down. Here's the shot from Tendulkar, the last ball of the last over, in the air, and could so easily have gone straight to mid-on. To tell you more about it, it's going to be Ian Chappell and Ravi Shastri.
Thanks, Tony, and hello to all of our viewers. Just a little bit of frustration coming into Sachin Tendulkar's play there. Try to smash that one away. He likes to go into the more into the mid-wicket, wide mid-on area. Went a bit straight there and almost holed out to Saeed Anwar. Aqib Javed, who's bowled very tidily, just getting the ball to move out a little bit. Aqib Javed It's been a rather tense start, as you would expect, Ravi, between these two teams.
Well, it really is a pressure game, and you can literally feel the pressure even sitting here in the commentary box. But one must confess that the Pakistan new ball bowlers have bowled really well. Aqib Javed in particular has bowled a very good line to Sachin Tendulkar. He's bowled just on or outside the off stump and has made him play off the front foot.
To Rahman, being no-balled there by umpire Shepherd. Tough job for Rahman because this is his first game in the World Cup. So coming into such an important game without much practice, not easy for him.
He's just overstepping here is Ataur Rahman. Obviously must be feeling the nerves. Always difficult to play your first game when it's an India-Pakistan game.
I was watching Ataur Rahman warm up before the game. The bowlers usually bowl on one of the side pitches. Just has a tendency towards bowling off the wrong foot. And watching him in the warm-up, I haven't seen a lot of his bowling. He didn't play much in Australia on the last tour. But he did seem to have a tendency to drag the ball down and pitch short. That last delivery to Sachin Tendulkar was banged in a bit short. Not a good spot to bowl to Sachin because he's a very strong back foot player. Salim Malik is out on the boundary.
Well, boundaries are hard to come by, and this is the sort of running the Indians would need. Moment Sidhu played that ball on the onside, he knew he was going to put pressure on the fielder.
This is the run-up and action of Ataur Rahman. It's just there's a sort of a hint of bowling off the wrong foot. In fact, I must say, looked to be more like he was a touch off the wrong foot when I was watching him live than on the tape there. When you see him on tape, there's certainly no hint of it. But he has pitched in a little bit short so far.
Well, seeing him bowl over the last couple of years, that's his general tendency. But a lot of people who have played him in the past reckon that he does hit the bat.
I say Sidhu, for an opening batsman, has a few problems around off stump. He doesn't really seem to cover off stump. Waqar beat him 2 or 3 times in that first over. Waqar just a hint of outswing for him as well with the new ball. Appears to be getting right back to his best, Waqar Younis, which is good news because he's a fine bowler, and you hate to see a good bowler threatened because of injury. Pays the penalty for being too short on that occasion. It's 29 for naught. 18 to Sidhu, 7 to Tendulkar. So that is most unusual sight so far in this World Cup. We haven't seen any Indian batsman outpacing Tendulkar early in the innings. Sidhu playing that one well. It was a high bouncer, and he decided that he had to go over the top with it rather than try and get it down. May well have hit it straight to point if he had tried to go down. Aqib Javed now is coming on at the opposite end to where he started. Started at the pavilion end, at the Bemel end. That's the end where they make the most noise.
Well, there's noise everywhere today, Ian. In fact, even outside the ground there'll be a noise. But Aqib Javed now taking up the attack from Waqar Younis. It'll be interesting to see if he can maintain the same line and length. from the opposite end.
The other quarter-final being played today, that's a match in Pakistan, a day game. England 8 for 235 from their 50 overs. That was a good recovery thanks to De Freitas and Dermot Reeve. But in reply, have a look at Sri Lanka once again. 121 for 2 after 15 overs. They are unbelievable in those first 15. Jayasuriya, 82 from 43 deliveries. Well, in that incredible start they made against India, I remember seeing Jayasuriya's strike rate at one stage was about 220. He's very close to 200 for his whole innings today. And that in a quarter-final, you've really got to start taking Sri Lanka very seriously in this competition.
You have to, particularly with the openers like they have, who just go for the bowling from ball one. And you saw that Jayasuriya was on target there. He could have got the fastest 100 in one-day cricket had he got 100.
Nicely placed. That's away to the boundary.
Now this really is a superb shot from Tendulkar. The ball is moving, so it's important that the batsman doesn't try and hit it too hard. And on this occasion, Tendulkar has done exactly that. Foot to the pitch of the ball, right out there, and just timed it beautifully, getting the placement right, and 4 runs on this quick outfield.
We came down here last night to watch the teams train under lights, and it was interesting watching Sachin Tendulkar bat in the nets. When you're in a commentary position like this where you're very high up, it's difficult sometimes to judge speed of a delivery or how hard a ball is actually hit. But when you're out there at the nets watching from side on, then you could see how quickly some of the balls were flying away off his bat. I'm not surprised that Amir Sohail gave that chase away quickly.
Well, Tendulkar used to use a very heavy bat when he started his cricket, but nowadays he's using a lighter bat, and you can see him cutting and pulling a lot more than he used to in his earlier part of his career.
Oh, good save. Brilliant save. That was away to the boundary. It's 33 for naught. Tremendous atmosphere here in Bangalore for this second quarter-final match between India and Pakistan. Mohammad Azharuddin winning the toss, decided to bat first. India 33 for naught after 9. Full house, and they are ready to roar. Atur Rahman for Pakistan from the pavilion end.
The important thing about the start is that the Indians haven't lost any wickets, because as everyone knows that this is a pressure game. There's no need to be in a rush, particularly when you're a player like Tendulkar, who has so many shots in his repertoire. He's just got to be patient and wait for the loose delivery.
I guess where I come from, we're used to Ashes battles, traditional battles between Australia and England, but it's a pleasure to have a look at this one and see another great rivalry in cricket. And I can now see why they say that the atmosphere brings out the best in players. I've never seen Inzamam Al-Haq move like that in the gully to make the save in the last over. I reckon Inzamam went through the whole tour of Australia, the recent one, without moving anywhere near as quickly as that.
That's right, Ian. It's funny what a stage can do, especially an India-Pakistan match. You tend to play above your potential.
Rahman once again, too short. They should be throwing for Sidhu's end. He's the slower runner.
Well, he'll have to bowl a better length here, Ataur Rahman, because the ball is, when pitch short, is sitting up. As you see, Sidhu has enough time to drag that from outside the off stump.
Salim Malik just being moved around there at square leg. And no ball called once again by umpire Shepherd.
Well, really not into his rhythm as yet is Ataur Rahman. It's an interesting field, he said, just 3 men on the onside. The fine legs up in the circle. There's a square leg and a mid-on. So it's so important that he gets his line right. He has to be bowling around that off stump or just outside it.
Bit of bounce there. Once again, Sidhu troubled by that ball lifting and just moving away from him.
Well, this one really took off after pitching. And you can see where the wicket-keeper has collected it, Rashid Latif. But what Ataur Rahman should do now is not to be carried away by seeing that kind of bounce.
I think if you look at that last delivery, or the second last delivery from Rahman, you'll see why Sidhu has problems around off stump. Just have a look where his feet are when the ball goes past. Now the ball's just outside off stump and his feet are on about middle and leg. Now a bowler loves to see the stumps, particularly a fast bowler. They always believe if they can see them, they can hit them. And that's why top order batsmen really do have to cover that off stump. With outswing there, it's 37 for naught. 21 to Sidhu, 11 to a sedate Sachin Tendulkar. 37 for naught after 10 overs.
Well, just seeing Aqib Javed's field, I think Navjot Sidhu can really anticipate where Aqib Javed would be looking to bowl. Again, just 3 men on the onside with fine leg up. And here when Sidhu hits it back to him, he gets a little hand on that, but Tendulkar in his crease.
Full slip would have had a chance. No hope for the keeper.
Well, that was straight down for slip's throat. We saw earlier in the innings Sidhu nicking one from Waqar Yunus to where second slip would have been. They are trying to cut this delivery, didn't quite have the room, and just wide of the keeper.
I guess the other inhibiting factor for Rashid Latif would be the fact that he's got a very badly bruised right hand, or a finger on the right hand. And that'll be away to the boundary.
This is a beautiful shot from Sidhu. He's played it late, he's waited on it. The man at third man is fine. So the moment he got the ball past the gully fielder, it really raced into the fence. It's a quick outfield there. Let's see how late he plays it and gets his bat down on it. Good over this for India. This stage of the game, it's funny how one good over can really change the context of this game.
Beautifully bowled. Good reply from Aqib Javed.
A little bit of frustration creeping in here. He's been hit for 2 boundaries, one a streaky one a good shot, and now beating Sidhu outside the off stump. And again, very little movement with the feet.
There's no fine leg. Long chase for Salim Malik. He's just hauled it back. And in fact, I think umpire Buckner might be just asking for a replay.
Well, just checking if Salim Malik had stopped this ball cleanly. In fact, this is interesting because when he pushed that ball back, his one leg might have been just outside that boundary line. And Steve Buckner rightly calling that a boundary. This is good umpiring. When in doubt, mustn't hesitate in calling on the third umpire. And that's exactly what Steve Buckner has done. And so far, this by far the best over for India.
49 for naught after 11.
A tentative start early on when the new ball bowlers were online. But then once India had a couple of good overs, the runs have started coming freely.
Once again, fine leg is up. There's a third man and a point on the boundary. 50 for India. Another no ball. So things not going well for Pakistan in the last couple of overs.
The problems for the captain, Amir Sohail. Because Atar Rahman has really not found his rhythm. And Pakistan must be definitely missing the services of their most experienced fast bowler and captain Wasim Akram.
Well on. This quarter-final between India and Pakistan is a co-production of World Tel, Grand Slam and Doordarshan. It's being seen live in India and Pakistan, Australia. In fact, India Doordarshan, Pakistan PTV, Australia the 9 network, TVNZ in New Zealand, Mnet in South Africa, Sky in England, and throughout Asia it's on Star. And then in the United States, Canada and the Caribbean, you're viewing it care of Kelly Broadcasting Services. So it really is a wide-ranging coverage, and I would imagine there would be a pretty good population of Indians and Pakistanis in all of those places, and they'd be very keenly watching this, Ravi.
Oh, no question about that. They'll never miss an India-Pakistan game. All the expatriates, wherever they are. And at the moment, the Indians definitely seem to be on top. What Pakistan need at this stage is a couple of wickets. But they haven't helped themselves in any way so far, because the Indians really haven't had to take any risks. They've just played the bowling on merit.
Slight change by Sohail now in the field placing. The man who was at point on the boundary has now come to cover point on the boundary. Mushtaq has gone to backward point inside the circle. Chance at the bowler's end. Now if that goes to the boundary, it's a 5. It won't get there. Sohail's on it and the Indians not running. So they're playing according to the Marquess of Queensberry at the moment, Ravi.
Well, I would have known a couple of players would have gone for that extra run. It's a needle match. Every run counts. But a good sporting gesture here from Navjot Sidhu.
Would you like to name those couple of players you can think of, Ravi?
Well, I might have just gone for one, Ian. Definitely.
$56 for naught. 34 to Sidhu, 16 to Tendulkar. Packed house here in Bangalore. And so far, the 50-odd thousand fans here have had plenty to cheer about. Easy single there to Sidhu. Now, you say you would have run a single off, bouncing off your body. Is that in India you would have run? What about in Pakistan, Ravi? Would you have run there?
Maybe if I had got a chance, I'd have run two there. But Ian, just looking at Pakistan today, having played a lot of cricket against Pakistan, I just get the feeling that they are a little bit on the defensive. There has been a little bounce on the wicket, there has been a bit of movement, but I've known Pakistan teams of the past to attack a little more.
Signalled wide by umpire Buckner. Aqib Javed was probably a bit fortunate not to cost the side a bit more. There's no fine leg on the boundary. It's not only Pakistan missing Wasim Akram as a fine bowler and a good hard-hitting batsman in the middle order, but probably the most important thing in a battle like this, missing him as a captain. And the point that Ravi just made is a good one. Amir Sohail captaining the side today. Not easy for him when he hasn't done it a lot in such a tense game to suddenly expect him to go on the attack. It's not an easy thing for Sohail to do. Those are the two sides competing in this limited overs quarter-final, 1996 Wills World Cup. No one out there. That's one of his real strong points, Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, he really has played the shot beautifully all through the tournament. He got out once in the game against Zimbabwe trying to play across the line. But here he had everything in position, right behind it, and picking up that gap through mid-wicket. Beautifully balanced is Tendulkar when he plays shots like this.
Now, Aqib Javed is asking for a change here. He wants the man at deep backward point on the fence to be brought up inside the circle. Javed comes across from extra cover into the mid-wicket position, and Salim Malik going out onto the square leg boundary.
Well, this wicket so far looks a good one. The ball is really coming onto the bat. It's a quick, fast outfield. And runs really have been coming freely.
Quite a good over. The run rate now pushing up to around about 5 for India. Good start. Nothing quite like the Sri Lankan start. Our statistician Max Kruger telling me that Sanat Jayasuriya, who got 82 off 43 balls today, now has a strike rate of 135 for the tournament. They've done some amazing things in the first 15 overs, Sri Lanka. It's 62 for naught. India 62 for naught after 13 overs. Navjot Sidhu on 35, Sachin Tendulkar 20. In the commentary position now, Richie Benaud, and with him former Pakistan captain Imran Khan.
Thanks, Ian. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone around the world. Just starting to hot up a little here in this clash between these two nations. 62 for no wicket and only 13 overs gone. And about 5 and over. We'd reckon in the Indian dressing room they'll be quite happy with that. Good afternoon, Imran.
Good afternoon, Richie. I do believe that Pakistan have lost the battle of nerves this morning. They should have attacked a little bit more. The ball was doing something. But by going on the defensive so quickly and not having 2 slips and not putting pressure on the Indian batsmen, they've lost that battle. And now the Indian batsmen look very well set. India at the moment has the upper hand.
All sorts of things out there which are captain's prerogative. They've got to make a choice on the spur at the moment, says Rahman. But the one thing that did surprise me out there was that when Waqar Younis was bowling, and he bowled pretty well, they put 2 slips in for Tendulkar, but only 1 for Sidhu. Now, you might be able to explain that for me, Amy?
Well, I was as surprised as you when the second slip was removed. And I was also surprised when Waqar was taken off so quickly, because he was putting a lot of pressure, and Sachin had played a really wild shot against him on the last ball of his spell. And I didn't really understand why he was taken off, because surely, as a captain, the main consideration should be to get a breakthrough, and certainly to get Sachin Tendulkar out. And I would have thought the best chance is early on rather than later on, because if he gets in, India could get a huge total.
One of the key points about India's success so far is that Sidhu has played extremely well, 35 from 47 balls. He's outdistanced, for the moment anyway, Tendulkar. One thing we do know about Navjot Sidhu is that he's not all that brisk between the wickets, but so far they've negotiated everything quite safely.
He also seems to have taken the pressure off Sachin Tendulkar. By him scoring fast, Sachin has been able to put his head down, play himself in, and not take undue risks, because for India's success, Sachin has to play a long innings.
Just take a single of that to move it along to 63 for no wicket. 63 for no wicket, and problems there on the scoreboard so far as Pakistan are concerned. Also with one of their bowlers, Rahman, who's been bowling from the pavilion end, is not looking all that well at the moment. There's plenty of heat out there. It's around about 32 degrees, and that's even without 48,000 people in the grandstand. It's a capacity crowd, a tremendous atmosphere, and there'll be a few nerves there contributing to that as well, I would think.
Well, Richie, you're absolutely right. I mean, Ataur Rahman has not bowled a ball in this World Cup. He's been sitting outside, and suddenly this big pressure situation, and he's been thrown in the deep end. And I suspect that it's a bit of nerves, and then it's probably the heat as well. The fact that he hasn't bowled at all so far. And I must say he's bowled pretty well so far, so Pakistan really do want him back in action. Because considering for someone who's been out of play, he really has bowled a very good line and length and a reasonable pace.
That means they'll have to make a change at the pavilion end when the time comes. At the moment, it's going to be part of a double change, because Mushtaq Ahmed, the over-the-wrist spinner, is coming on at the outer end of the ground. Outer end known as the Bemel end. Mushtaq Ahmed, who's been steadily improving in this World Cup and bowled quite beautifully in Australia in 2 Test matches. And he's about to bowl to Sidhu. Well, that's a start. And it also confirms that this is a lightning fast outfield. Looked a good pitch when I was out there before the start of play, and the outfield is shorn and beautifully grassed.
It'll also be interesting to see, Richie, if the ball did turn. It looked as if it turned a little bit, and it wasn't really a flighted delivery. So let's see what happens on this track.
Good top spinner to follow. Yes, the first ball was a leg spinner. That might confirm for the Pakistan dressing room there's going to be some spin out there.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Mushtaq, who's had a lot of success against the other teams, how does he bowl against the Indian batsman? Because the Indian batsman can play leg spin as, say, compared to the English batsman. We saw that the New Zealand batsman could not read him. And when they were going well, Mushtaq came, stopped the run rate because they did not know which way the ball was going to turn. But I'm afraid the Indian batsman will pose a lot more problems for him.
He can't afford that type of misfielding. If he's going to go down on the ground, then he needs to get his body behind it. But he is one of the better fielders in the side, Ijaz. Well, it might have been the spin on the second bounce that deceived him, as it has done so many over the years. .68 for no wicket.
India are hoping that this partnership continues as long as possible.
Well, whatever they've given Rahman in the dressing room, it's worked. He's bolt upright now and moving very, very smoothly. Just the single to Sidhu. Takes Sidhu a little while to get going. I've noticed that the Pakistan fielders are always throwing to the end to which he's running, putting a little bit of pressure on him.
Well, like in Zamam ul Haq, Sidhu is not quite known for his running between the wickets. But Sidhu is a very good striker of the ball against the spinners.
Completely different type of innings from Tendulkar today. In the other games we've seen him, he's gone out there and given it the bang crash wallop treatment right at the start. Today we're quite content to allow Sidhu to make the running and set himself for the long haul.
It looks like they could have, in the team meeting, told him to stay and occupy the crease, realizing that the longer he stays, not only is it psychologically better for the Indian team, but the fact that at any time he could explode and score a lot of runs.
Sidhu is going to look for two. This will be a test of him, but can't make it. Good Yorker.
Well, the situation in the match is now, Shepard's pointing out Ataur Rahman running on the wicket. The situation is Pakistan needs a wicket to get the upper hand, and India need this pair to continue.
Straight to the man. Fumble, but it's still 71 for no wicket. And Mushtaq Ahmed, the over-the-wrist spinner, comes on to bowl to Sidhu. He's got all 4 men inside the circle on the offside. Well, it was a first coming up in a cricket match somewhere in the world, and this is it.
I agree with you, Richie. It's a strange field setting. It's not putting the Indian batsman under that much pressure. Here's the field setting. It's on the offside, the field is fairly packed. That was a wide ball. But if we look at the onside, it really is a strange field setting. There's no, as you see, there's no fielder inside the circle. You only have 3 fielders on the boundary: the mid-on, the mid-wicket, and the square leg.
Well, that's what Tendulkar will be trying to do. I suppose one of the aims will be to have him playing across the spin, but that's assuming that Mushtaq Ahmed is going to bowl mostly leg breaks to the 2 right-handers. Very, very unusual. But then we've seen a few strange things in limited overs internationals. Spinners opening the bowling. Here at Bangalore, it's 75 for no wicket of 16.3, and that is quite pedestrian compared with the other quarter-final being played today. England 235 for 8 from their full 50. They did well to get to that. They've done well to restrict Sri Lanka to 193 for 3 from 25. That is an extraordinary score. They were 90 off 11. 193 for 3 off 25. Jayasuriya 82 from 43 balls. Guru Singh 43 not out. Aravinda De Silva played well. Made runs again. He's in form.
You see, here we see this odd field setting, which is not putting any pressure on the Indian batsman. The whole of the onside is empty, so all the batsmen have to do is to just block the ball on the onside and get a single. And it must be borne in mind that the Indian batsman can read Mushtaq. They do read him much better than so far we've seen other teams reading him. As a result, they can play him on the onside.
76 for no wicket. Tendulkar is 23, Sidhu 45. Rahman, the bowler. There's a man out there at deep square. Just a single out to him. 77 for no wicket. And that Sri Lanka score against England. England, after their early tremors, must have felt they'd done well to set a target of 236. But after this next ball, we'll give you a rundown of what Sri Lanka did on the way through to 25. They were 95 for 1 off 11 and 121 for 2 off 15. It's absolute mayhem, Imran.
Well, the Sri Lankan batsmen look in tremendous form, but I'm afraid England's batting was extremely disappointing today. I mean, they just looked so ordinary that De Freitas should be the main run scorer. I mean, if De Freitas has to be the main run getter and looked very good against spin compared to the rest, and this is one, it must be also borne in mind that Faisalabad wicket is one of the best batting tracks.
There'll be all sorts of team meetings and midnight conferences with guttering candles lighting the room to try to sort out how they'll fix the Sri Lankan openers. One thing I can tell them when they're starting their conference is that it won't be easy.
And here we see Richie Ataur Rahman coming in. He's just come in for the first time he's bowling in this World Cup. And he really has done a very good job for Pakistan under tremendous pressure. He's been throwing up, he hasn't been feeling well, but he's really stuck to his job, and he's bowled, I think, very well, considering the wicket has done nothing so far. Also, both batsmen are in, they're playing very well, they're both stroke makers. And Ataur Rahman has really kept a very good line. Here we see Sidhu, who's scored faster than Sachin Tendulkar, which is quite impressive, because Sachin has been the best batsman of the tournament.
None for 5 from Rahman's last 3 overs. It's 77 for no wicket. But that's what they're after, the stroke that has to be improvised in the face of that field setting.
Yeah, but it also means that there's this huge onside field which is empty. And here they can keep picking off runs like this without taking undue risks, and that's really what Pakistan want them to do, take risks, and so that Pakistan get a wicket and slow down the scoring rate, put pressure on the rest of Indian batting.
I don't know Tendulkar well enough to understand how his mind clicks over, but in this circumstance I might be saying to myself, all right, you set a field like that, I'll show you, I won't get out. I'll be there at the end, and I'll be 20 by the time we walk off, but I won't do anything silly.
Surprisingly, Pakistan's mindset since this morning has been very defensive. They haven't really looked to get wickets, and there's nothing that puts more pressure on the opposition than a fall of a wicket.
It's been a mixture of top spinners and leg breaks so far. I haven't actually seen Mushtaq bowl his favourite wrong-un.
Well, Sidhu is a big hitter of the ball, and I think he was really going for the big one, and Mushtaq very cleverly pulled it back by bowling this flipper.
And this time he looked for 2, won't go. But that's going to be the plan for Tendulkar, to try to push little 2s into the gaps, and it's 79 on the board. There'll be a lot of conference work going on out there between these two batsmen, Sidhu and Tendulkar, but they're pushing up now towards the 100 mark. That's pretty good going, 19 overs. They want to be around about the 110 mark when the 25 overs come up, perhaps even a little more.
Sachin Tendulkar still playing very sensibly. Looking ominous from Pakistani point of view, because he's really played himself in now. And he doesn't really need to push the scoring rate. He doesn't need to take any risks, because the Pakistanis have not put any pressure on him. They're allowing him to just collect singles, as we saw previously in the field set for Mushtaq Ahmed, sorry.
Ijaz Ahmed is the man coming in onto his correct hand as well. He's a left-hander and a good fielder.
Well, that would have been very close had he picked it up. And Ijaz is one of the best fielders in the Pakistan team. The Indian batting under no pressure now, and Azharuddin must be hoping that this pair continues as long as possible.
It was well fielded. It was the best way for him to do it. If he'd gathered it in and then thrown underhand, it would have taken that extra fraction of a second. That was brilliant work from Waqar Younis.
Yes, here we see this could have been the best chance for Pakistan breaking through this partnership. And yes, he was out. Had Waqar struck the wickets. We see here Attar running on the wicket, and he's been given his first warning. It means that if Attar gets another warning, he only has one more chance to bowl in this innings. And I understand, I suppose, if Attar is not bowled at all in this World Cup, it hasn't been very easy for him. He's been under pressure. He bowled a few no balls early on. But despite that, his bowling figures are pretty good. Bearing in mind he's bowled at a time when both batsmen are in, they are set.
Neat stroke, just a single, 2 off the over, and it's now 83 for no wicket. Well, it's been an exhilarating half hour, all sorts of little turns and twists to the match, but still no wickets down for India. 83 on the board. Tony Greig in the commentary box, and with him is Iftikhar Ahmed.
Thank you, Richie. Well, 83 without loss. That is a good start for the Indians. Sure, they've used up 20 overs, but they've got a fantastic launching pad here. And he's got that one away fine too. It's a fast outfield. It's going down a fine leg. They'll come back for the second. He plays those little nudges so well.
Well, Pakistan now certainly need a wicket. They've had 2 chances. Let's watch that again as Tendulkar very calmly plays it down. He knows the fielder is very deep, so it's 2 more.
Pretty dry climate it is here, 1,000 metres above sea level. In general terms, people flock to this place because it's a good climate, but it's very dry today. And I've noticed that the players are all calling for extra drinks, the batsmen in particular, finding it pretty severe. He loves just nudging it away on the leg side. Well, FT, it's time Pakistan got a wicket here. Now, just looking at their performance so far, I mean, they've come down here. It was interesting that they actually were quite keen to play this match away from Pakistan. Should I rather rephrase that and say they weren't worried about it?
Of course, they would have preferred to stay at Karachi. But they did fancy their chances, and they do fancy their chances in a match with India. And at this stage, it looks as if India have gained a little bit of an advantage.
Well, that's a little bit unlucky. It was in the air too. No gully in position. The ball raced away down to the fence for 4. It's a very fast outfield here. Really went flying off the bat.
And that ball uppish, clear of a fielder. And the third man can't cut it off, so that's the 100 for India. But very fine bowling by Ataur Rahman. And Amir Sohail making sure that he runs through now his 10 overs in one spell.
Got that one away as well. He'll be looking for 2, and I think he should have come back on that occasion, but anyhow, the throw's good and they've settled for 1. Yes, so just to finish off that bat, those telephone numbers, that's a magnificent item of cricket memorabilia. Those are the numbers you can call in the various countries. And of course, there is one other number. We've had lots of inquiries from all over the place, places like Detroit and Hong Kong. The number is 612-565-3777 for those of you in places not included on the screen. So, frustration, the tenseness of this great contest. You can see the furrows on the brows of the fieldsmen. Such a big occasion. Sudden death it is. That's well bowled too. That was a slower delivery. Well, he didn't deserve 8 off that over. 103 for 1. Well, by my calculations, they're on target for 250. They're going to need them too. It's a good pitch. Oh, that's a well-played little sweep shot. And Draker getting that one away. Once again, there's a problem down on the boundary. Mulliga's down there, and it seems to me that he was signalling that there was a problem of some sort. They've been on the walkie-talkies again, although it all seems pretty settled to me. The fielder's having a drink, so the Indian physio has decided he'll give the batsman a drink as well, but he's been sent off. Mid off, moved a little straighter. Mushtaq bowling to Sidhu. Trying to drag him outside off stump, and there's that single again. There's a run every ball. There's no one fielding, saving one on that side. It's a strategy they've used, Tinty. It's a bit of a mystery to me. Those ones, you concede them on such a regular basis. It makes it very difficult. He's got a bowl just outside off stump, and of course he's bowled the odd wide as well.
Yes, they've just got one fielder there to save the single. And Pakistan now looking immediately a different side. They're more aggressive in the early stages. They were a little defensive. Their posture was a little defensive, but with the fall of Tendulkar's wicket, the pressure is now on the batsman.
No run there. Yes, I think we mentioned that Mandrake's got a pretty high percentage of run-outs in one-day internationals. You want to be pretty careful out there because Sidhu doesn't fill me with confidence. There tends to be a lot of running and then going back. Sidhu has been limping just a little bit. The man at mid-wicket is no longer saving one. He's gone back, so there's a single there if they want one. And they can't get it from out there, and that's what happens. He's forced to bowl outside off stump, gets it just a little wrong, and of course it's a wide. Well, I don't know who came up with this strategy, but it's a mystery to me. I really think they better have one in the, at least one in there, saving one, and allow the bowler to bowl straight.
Well, they had big problems with this strategy against South Africa, who were sweeping virtually every delivery and getting the twos and the ones. So they haven't been chastened or learned from that experience. It's a very, very big day for Amir.
Just outside off stump. That side is well protected. No run there. 107 for 1. So the question is, will they change that strategy? Mushtaq has got another 4 overs to go. No wicket for 27. He's figures at the moment. He's been forced to bowl on off stump and outside. You'd have to be a little hesitant to bowl the Wrongen or the Googly, because that could easily be knocked away. That takes out one of his strengths. Atta Rahman is about to start his last over. 1 for 38 his figures. He went for 8 last over. He's on his way again.
No praises enough for Atta Rahman coming into this very difficult match without any match experience in the World Cup. This is his first match, and he's now going to bowl his 10th over, or he is bowling his 10th over, and he's just given away 38 runs. So he's done a wonderful job for Pakistan, and of course got that wicket of Tendulkar.
Yes, that was the big one. I had a little chat to him last night at the cocktail party. He didn't hang around for too long. He was off to bed quite early. Mind you, that didn't help him too much because he's been sick this morning. He was sick as a dog on the ground. It really was incredible. He's recovered pretty well though, so hats off to him. You can see he's sweating profusely. And here he's still got a smile on his face.
Perhaps a bit of nerves, but he looks very happy. He knows he's in his 10th over and he's done the job that his captain wanted of him.
Yes, and for those of you who've just joined the telecast, we're talking about that Tendulkar wicket. This is how it happened. It was outside off stump. He was trying to push it for a single on the offside. He wasn't trying to run it. He was just trying to get a single there to drop it. And it just nicked back onto the off stump. Off went the bail, and have a look at Tendulkar's reaction. 59 balls he's used up for that 31. And he really was in a position there where he was going to start turning it on. So he'd be very disappointed with that. Outside off stump again in the air, and this time to third man again. Oh, in goes the foot again. Well, that was just a little bit lucky. Javed down there. A little lucky to get his boot on that one. He's missed one down there.
So that's played very firmly down to third man, and Javed running round, just about gets a boot onto it and stops it.
Right up on leg stump. Well, that really was asking to be thrashed through the onside field. Just got his line slightly wrong there. So he's about to bowl his last ball in a spell which has been pretty useful for Pakistan. Coming on first change is never easy. His figures read 1 for 40 now. And he was no wicket for 20 from 3, so he had a very good little patch in the middle. A little bit of swing out there once again. Fielded at backward point. Well, that was the end of his spell. 109 for 1. So 109 for 1. 26 overs have been bowled, and in the commentary box now it's going to be Ian Chappell, and with him is Richie Bennett.
Thanks, Tony. And Pakistan have got rid of what they would consider to be the danger man. Danger from the point of view that Tendulkar could have taken them to a score just about out of reach of Pakistan. The other man who is likely to do that in the lineup there, Mohammad Azharuddin, the captain, who will come in next. It's pretty warm out there. Even umpire Shepherd taking the opportunity to grab some bottled water while the physio was out on the field, just to ensure that things don't cool down. They've turned the lights on here in Bangalore.
The skipper is having a go. Amir Sohail coming on at Mushtaq's end. He's struggling, Sidhu. He missed some of the earlier games. I can only assume it must be a leg injury, because he's been slow between the wickets all day.
Amir Sohail does a pretty good job as the part-timer. He quite often bowls his 10, gets a little bit of turn. And with 62 wickets, that's the other important job he does in these middle overs. He always seems to get a wicket or two.
Placement has been the problem in recent overs for the Indian batsmen. Early on, their placement was okay, and the fact that runs have dried up just a little is to do with positioning of the ball. Even that one didn't get through. Pace just taken off it by the man in the infield. Mushtaq did the job out at deep extra cover.
Mushtaq, he was going to have a shot, but he couldn't pick it up. 113 for 1.
Mushtaq, with his bowling, 6 overs for 27 so far. Sidhu got at him once, hit him straight down the ground, but he was still in there. He's a good bowler, and he was getting just enough turn from this pitch to nonplus the batsman a little.
Seven overs have been bowled by Pakistan at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. Sidhu is on 60, Mandrake 11, Tendulkar the man out for 31. We've got acting captain Amir Sohail bowling at the Bemel end, and now at the pavilion end another part-timer, Salim Malik, who has bowled I suppose they're like little leg cutters. Certainly that's what he bowled up in Pakistan. It may have been because the pitch there was very slow. He also does, I've seen him at times swing the ball a little bit, so he can be a bit flexible as a bowler. And it looks like the little leg cutters rolled out of the back of the hand.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before, not in quite that fashion. Whether that's his normal delivery is another matter, but certainly it's a leg cut action, fingers rolling across the top of the ball.
Well, that's exactly how he bowled in their last match against New Zealand.
Come on, Salim bhai, come on.
theoretically, he shouldn't really be able to spin the ball if that's what he's trying to do, because his arm is so high, it's well past the perpendicular and he's leaning away a bit. But flight might confuse the batsman. He's got a fast arm action and the ball is coming out much slower than might appear to be the case for the batsman.
Sweep fine. Perhaps fine isn't quite the right term. At about 45, I think he's trying to angle it so that he gets the boundary, because Saeed Anwar is fielding at a short fine leg and Draker wants to get it just away to his left. Instead he gets the leading edge and they'll get a second now on the misfield. It's 117 for 1. Keeping things fairly tight, certainly in regard to boundaries, but not getting wickets, which makes you feel that India are going to be well placed to have a bit of a rush later in the innings.
Might be Sidhu's day so far as runs go. He's made 61. But he's definitely having problems. Looks like cramp. Keeps bending his right toe up. But even from the first ball, he was having problems making any sort of pace between the wickets. One of those runners between the wickets will be much better over 2,400 metres than 1,200.
Work there by Rashid Latif. Just to give you an idea of how Pakistan have dragged that run rate back. After 13 overs it was 4.76. It's remained in the fours as we see an excellent bit of keeping there by Latif, and Sidhu was fiddling around there with the back foot a bit, and the run rate now after 28 overs has been dragged back to 4.18. So it's still a good run rate, but Pakistan have dragged it back.
Stroke from Sidhu. Nicely timed shot from Sidhu. But no wonder the wicket-keeper was asking for the possibility of stumping there. Watch the foot, which now just gave a little bit of a lift. But I have the feeling that he lifted after the bails were off.
Exactly, Rich. In that case, the keeper was probably just a fraction too quick for his own good. And turns, it's called 4 wides. In fact, it might have got an edge. 125 for 1. .26 for 1.
Well, India will need to accelerate now to get that rate back up to where they were, which is around about 4.8. then push it up into the fives. That happened to Shane Warne in the match the other day, where he spun the ball so sharply and was called for wide. Seems just a little bit harsh to me.
So the run rate for India now up to 4.34 per over. And Draker just tying the bootlaces. And Sri Lanka in the other quarter-final appear to be coasting to victory. They need 236 and just 10 short at the moment, with 5 wickets in hand and 14 overs up their sleeve. Malik really should have done a bit better there off his own bowling.
It's definitely in the arm action where he'll pose problems for the batsman. The arm action coming through very, very quickly for a bowler of that pace, but the ball coming out very slowly.
It's been quite amazing what Sri Lanka have done in those first 15 overs in this tournament, Rich. They've set some targets that teams will struggle to reach.
It's been quite brilliant. Been brilliant to watch for most of the time. Single to Sidhu. We haven't been able to see all of it today, but saw quite a bit of the early part of the game and then saw some of the batting a little later. And they are dynamic.
It's hop along Sidhu at the moment. He jumped down the track to hit that last one and either starting to cramp up, or he could have actually hit himself in the foot as he played the shot. Just short of mid-wicket. Good save. 130 for 1. Skipper showing the way here in the field. Or should I say the acting skipper, Amir Sohail, standing in for Wasim Akram, who missed this game because of injury.
Just a reminder that Wasim Akram isn't playing in this match. The Pakistan captain had to pull out before the start. His place was taken by Atar-ur-Rahman, who bowled pretty well. He's gone through his 10 overs. And the rest of the side for Pakistan, starting up the top, Amir Sohail is skippering them, then Syed Anwar and Ijaz Ahmed and Inzamam, then Javed Miandad and Salim Malik.
Long off, and with the way that Sidhu is hobbling, there's no chance they'll get back for 2.
Interesting to see if Sidhu has to call for a runner, and if there's any sort of objection. There can't be an objection from the opposition. In fact, he's lost something out there at the moment. It might be part of his bat. Could be his box, but more likely to be his arm guard. It's a bit too big for any other appendage. 133 for 1. 69 for Sidhu. Yes, the playing conditions and the laws of the game now have it in the umpire's hands to be quite clear that a player hasn't come into the game with an injury. Sort of a query over Sidhu because he missed the early matches.
133 for 1.
The skipper has taken it upon himself out there to try to keep the run rate down. He knows they face a bigger job, much bigger job, without Wazim Akram. Wazim Akram said last night, when I was chatting to him at a function, that he was about 70% fit, expected to be 80% today. But that's not enough, not for a match like this, not for any match for that matter.
Umpire Shepherd just seemed to be on the walkie-talkie once again, and then talking now to the acting Pakistan captain, and the Indian 12th man, Ashish Kapoor, has come out, and I would say that discussion is probably to do with a runner. He's definitely bowling deliveries that never ever get there. Salim Malik, as Richie mentioned, he's got a fairly quick arm action for the pace that the ball's getting down the other end, but because he's rolling the wrist, cutting down on the ball, it's taking an age to get to the other end. The batsman really needs to get it's difficult for him to get his timing right.
It's the single there to Manchrekar. Yeah, the law relating to a runner being allowed is quite specific these days. It's been changed back in 1980. A runner shall be allowed for a batsman who during the match is incapacitated by illness or injury, but there is a note to it, and that's note A, substitutes and runners, which we'll give you in just a moment. Yes, note A makes it clear in its own language that if the player comes in with that injury, then he has a problem. For the purpose of these laws, allowable illnesses or injuries are those which occur at any time after the nomination by the captains. After the nomination by the captains of their teams. So once the teams are announced, it's assumed that everyone is in there fully fit and that they've not brought an injury in. If so, they have a problem.
It's 135 for 1, 136 for 1.
Drink's just about over here at Bangalore, and India doing it quite well at 136 for 1. Plenty of batting to come, but that run rate has definitely gone down just enough to produce a bit of disquiet in the Indian dressing room. Now they do have a runner out there for Sidhu. He's 70 not out at the moment. .136 for 1. The runner is Javagal Srinath, local boy here. Srinath and Anil Kumble both went to the national school here, and very popular in this area, as indeed I'd say are all the Indian team.
Come on, boys!
It's a little bit of a surprise, that choice of runner, because Srinath is going to be one of the main bowlers later on. Mushtaq is out on the boundary, doing a good job out there too. Yes, it's still quite warm out in the middle, and I would have thought the idea would be to conserve as much energy as possible for Srinath. seeing he's the main Indian pace bowler. Pakistanis starting to try and quicken up their over rate. And Mushtaq doing an excellent job out there on the boundary. He's had to go left and right in this over, and both times he's had a lot of territory to cover, but the batsmen have only got one, and he's done it by attacking the ball.
And also he's quite prepared to let the crowd know that he caught it. It's 138 for 2.
Captain now at the crease at the non-striker's end as they crossed on that skied shot by Mandraker. That's good, very good placement. Ramiz chasing. Good effort there from Ramiz. Successful over there for Amir Sahel. It's 141 for 2.
It's a good performance from Amir Sohail. He may not have totally appreciated the throw from Rashid Latif, but that's the wicket that came his way, with Javed Miandad taking the catch in the outfield.
Javed Miandad, definitely heard of the Newcastle song. That's Newcastle, Australia. Javed never let a chance go by. He's just given the Indian crowd down there just a little bit of a reminder with a pump of the fist. He's always one to stir things along, Javed. Even a bit of old age hasn't dulled his competitive urge. Mandraker was caught by Javed, but he has stayed out in the middle. He is now the acting runner for Sidhu, and that makes a lot more sense than having Srinath as the runner.
Great bowling.
It's a very interesting type of bowling. Sidhu has decided that down the track is probably the job, but it's not. The ball's not turning, so he's fairly safe there. But he's just running in reasonably quickly, bringing his arm over swiftly, and the ball is just dibbling and dobbling through the air down to the batsman at the other end.
Azharuddin off the mark.
Come on, come on.
Right off the toe of the bat. 144 for 2.
For 2, 34 overs gone, and India moving along nicely.
.144 for 2 India. This is the second quarter-final being played at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. The first semi-final is, quarter-final is now over, with Sri Lanka having defeated England by 5 wickets. Almost 10 overs to spare there in that victory for Sri Lanka. Jayasuriya starring once again with 82 off just 43 deliveries. So Sri Lanka into the semi-finals. That's a very good effort from Sri Lanka, and they must be taken as real contenders now. There's no more pretension with Sri Lanka.
Come on.
So Sri Lanka are through to the next round, semi-final stage. They will play the winners of this match, and that'll be played in Calcutta at Eden Gardens. So that's the reward for winning this game, is a tilt at Sri Lanka.
Nice placement, but it won't beat Javed Miandad. Just 2 for him. Yeah, I suppose reward is a thing. Perhaps not all the pace bowlers will be looking at in that light.
Yeah, so India have already had one clash with Sri Lanka, and they came off second best. Javed, and in fact it beats him out there. It's well timed. 150 is up.
That's the sort of stroke play, the stroke last hit by Sidhu, that India will need now. Mohammad Azharuddin's fast scorer, a very solid player as well. 152 for 3.
India 153 for 2 in the commentary position now. Ravi Shastri and Imran Khan.
Thank you, Ian. So after that fine start by India, Pakistan sticking to their task and clawing back into this match. And that's beautifully played by Sidhu, again finding the gap on the onside for 4 more.
Yes, the game slightly tilting in India's favour. Sidhu, of course, the main man. Yeah, he's now got... He's well in, placed the ball right between the gap. Good shot.
Again down the leg side, that should be a wide. It's so important for India that Sidhu stays till the very end, because his job is still not done. He's got India off to a fine start, and very important on a wicket like this, that when you're in, stay there till the end. Down the track again, but this time straight to the fielder at deep mid-wicket. So Sidhu here cutting loose. So Imran, really India would be looking to try and get at least another 100 runs from here.
Yes, I think for India to be safe, the total should be around 240.
Azharuddin, just the right kind of foil at the moment for Sidhu. He's a wristy player. He picks up his ones and twos.
You know, Ravi, I don't agree with Pakistan's team selection because I still believe they should have played a specialist bowler. It's a more attacking move, you know, to go in a match of such importance. But although I have to say Salim Malik has done a good job, but you know, I think they should have played Siklan Mushtaq.
Well, he certainly looked promising, the little we saw of him from Australia.
See, Ravi, he's a regular bowler, and I firmly believe cricket is a game for specialists. And I felt that it was a defensive move to go in with an extra batsman rather than an extra bowler. Having said that, of course, I again repeat that Salim Malik has done a good job because for an irregular bowler, he has pegged this scoring rate down.
And another wide there down the leg side.
As Ravi, you would know that the problem with part-timers is that it's only under pressure that they capitulate. If the going is good, you know, anyone can do a good job. But now we can see the pressure on Salim Malik.
And down the track again, Sidhu for a single, 164 for 2. There again, Sidhu out of the competition in the earlier games because of ill health, but really coming good in the last 2 games he's played, grabbing the opportunity with both hands. 80 against Zimbabwe. And today with 89, Sidhu has reached his highest score in World Cup cricket. His previous highest was 80 in the game against Zimbabwe in Kanpur. And now we see a change in the bowling at the far end. Amir Sohail giving way to Mushtaq Ahmed. And coming back to the point what Imran Khan made a little earlier about playing a specialist bowler, I think I kind of agree with him. When the pressure is on, that's the time that specialist bowler comes handy. That's all the more reason why Mohammad Azharuddin might be having at the back of his mind that he would need a score of 250, 260, because he has in Tendulkar and Jadeja, who aren't specialist bowlers.
See, I can see why Azhar would probably risk more with the batsman, but in Pakistan case, the quality of bowler left out is very good. You see, I think that Siklan Mushtaq on this particular wicket, which is spinning, the odd ball is spinning, and it would not have been easy to get him away, and I think he might have picked up some wickets too. But I think Pakistan have gone in this match in a defensive, very important breakthrough for Pakistan now. The score 168 for 3.
Vinod Kamli, the new man in, coming in at the fall of Navjot Sidhu's wicket. That wicket really, Imran, coming just in the nick of time for Pakistan.
Yes, it just looked as if India were going to get away with it. And with that wicket, now Pakistan are back in the game. Now this is the ball. It was a flipper which went straight. Sidhu playing for the leg break, came too late on the ball and went through, bowled him. There we see it again. He's going for the pull shot and the ball just came too quickly. It was the flipper. Mushtaq again doing a wonderful job for Pakistan. He has consistently been one of the best bowlers Pakistan has had in this tournament. He's made the right breakthroughs and he's bowling at a very crucial stage of the match.
Kamli off the mark straight away, punching it on the offside, wanting to here. Javed Miandad coming in quickly from long off.
A lot depends for India on this partnership, Kamli and Azharuddin, and for Pakistan, if they can restrict them or get a breakthrough.
So successful over there for Mushtaq, 169 for 3 India.
This is the pair which of Kambli and Azharuddin, if they stay, they can score fast. So from Pakistan's point of view, Waqar needs to strike. He needs to get wicket, and it will help if the ball reverse swings.
Well, he has 6 overs left. And Kambli, the batsman, on strike. And straight away, beating Kambli outside the off stump. What a nick there, almost carried to the keeper.
Yes, I thought, Ravi, he snicked it. Let's just see that. Yeah, he snicked it. Did it carry? Maybe it just dropped in front.
Well, that's just the start his captain would be looking for from Waqar Younis.
Yes, it opened Kambli up. It moved away from him. This is Waqar's great strength, the ball that swings into the right-hander and away from the left-hander.
Oh, there again, the attempted Yorker from Younis.
You see, a lot depends now on Waqar. If he gets a couple of wickets at this stage, India would be crippled. India would not be able to get the winning score they look for.
Well, this has been Pakistan's great strength over the last 4 or 5 years, their ability to come back in the last 10 overs through Waqar Younis or Wasim Akram. Unfortunately for them, Akram isn't playing today, so the responsibility on the shoulders of Waqar Younis. Only a single to third man.
And Ravi, I do see a little bit of swing here. I mean, the ball is moving a little bit. It's not swinging as much as Waqar can swing the old ball, but here we see it just swinging a little bit, just leaving the batsman. And if Waqar can swing it as the ball gets older, it's going to be very difficult for the Indian batsmen to score runs. But I wonder what strategies Azharuddin and Kambli have evolved to play Waqar.
Again played away on the onside. Azharuddin would look for 2 and get it.
Azhar is extremely strong on the onside. Anything on his legs, he really does whip it away. He plays it very late, lets it come on. A bit like Sunil Gavaskar, he lets the ball come into his pads and then just flicks it away. Difficult man to stop scoring off his legs. Waqar really will have to try and move the ball away from him to stop him scoring.
Again on leg stump, only a single this time. Coming back to what Imran Khan said, that it's important for Pakistan to pick up wickets. What it also does is it gets a new man in, and when the ball is swinging, it's always a lot more difficult to get your eye in straight away.
Also, being a knockout match, quarter-final where there's no second chance, it also puts the batting side under a lot of pressure every fall of a wicket. And that's really what Waqar should go for.
And nicely played by Kambli on the offside for a single. 5 runs of that over, 174 for 3 India. So after that fine start, India losing a couple of wickets. Here Kambli trying to hit it square on the offside, the ball really not coming onto the bat, reason why it ended up at long off.
Yeah, it is Ravi, quite a slow wicket. The ball is not really coming onto the bat. Pakistan don't want India to score anything above 220 because they could come under pressure. And hence it is perhaps more important for Pakistan to get a wicket now rather than stop the scoring rate.
Be looking for 2, Azharuddin, and this is good running by Vinod Kambli, putting pressure on Javed Miandad.
That was a good attempt by Javed, but not quick enough to stop the 2 runs.
Come on.
As I was saying, Ravi, my policy at this stage would be to somehow try and break this partnership.
This is beautifully played on the onside. Bazaruddin has picked the gap beautifully and smashed it through mid-wicket for 4.
That's the reason why the partnership from the Pakistan point of view should be broken, because the 2 are very good stroke players. Now watch how Azhar is very good at playing spin. He's really placed it between the 2 fielders. He really picked his spot. And Pakistan really need to get him out. Otherwise, India would get a score which would put tremendous pressure on Pakistan.
And again, literally playing it from outside the off stump on the onside. And again, would get a couple.
Such good improvisation by Azhar, which is why in a one-day match it's difficult to stop him scoring. Pakistan really need to evolve a better strategy to deal with him. Watch them. He placed it between the fielders again to get 2 runs. And now Pakistan have got a mid-wicket. They moved a fielder out of the cover.
And Azhar this time plays it on the offside for a single. So this is good thinking cricket by the Indian captain.
Azhar, of course, is a very experienced player. He is the only remnant of the famous test match in which you also played, where we won in the last time I was here 9 years back. He was also the one who played in Australia in 1985.
So good over that for India. 11 runs coming off it. 185 for 3. .185 for 3, so the Indians really have a launching pad here. Oh, Waqar Yunus straight in the block hole to Kamli.
That is Pakistan's strength. When teams look to score runs, they have Waqar and Wasim Akram, who can really bowl in the block hole. Very difficult to hit a Yorker. And Waqar is one of the best bowlers. A controlled Yorker he can bowl at any stage, but especially when the ball gets old.
He looks like he's got back to his fitness of old, Imran.
Yes, he is running in very well. He is hitting the deck. His back looks as if it's fit.
Again, a beautiful delivery opening out. Vinod Kamli looking to play on the onside, and again that late swing doing the trick.
You see this ability of the Pakistani bowlers in particular, although a lot more bowlers have learnt the reverse swing. But really the Pakistani bowlers were the ones, the pioneers of reverse swing. And at a time when the ball, and let me just explain, reverse swing is where the ball does not swing in the orthodox way. It swings with the shine rather than opposite to the shine. It's a technical thing, but it was something which confused people for a long time, and the ball tampering allegations on the Pakistani bowlers were directly as a result of people's inability to understand the reverse swing. Now, of course, we see Darren Gough of England who can reverse swing it. I saw Cork bowling reverse swing. Prabhakar is a good exponent of reverse swing for India. And even the Australian bowlers, I saw them at the end of the innings doing so. So it's no longer a novelty now, but at the time when Waqar and Wasim were accused of ball tampering, no one really understood it.
Beautifully played on the onside, Bazaruddin, only for a single, and hence Imran, no allegations of ball tampering of late.
Yes, it's something that people are now beginning to be aware of, that ball tampering is a subject which hardly anyone understands, and certainly the rules hardly anyone can apply, and certainly not the umpires. And Ravi, as you must be aware, the ball tampering allegations were not made by the umpires. It was started by some of the English cricketers and the English media.
Calmly the batsman on strike. Played away on the offside, straight to the fielder. Still will get a single.
Ravi looks in very good form, Kamli. Obviously a player who has just scored runs, because he's middling the ball very well, and he looks quite dangerous at the moment. I mean, I know that Waqar has troubled him with the away swing, but just look at the way he middles the ball. And really, Pakistan need to get him out, and India need to see him there right to the end.
That's what he should be looking to do, Vinod Kamli. Hit in the V. Can be dangerous playing across the line to Waqar Younis, but it's Azharuddin on strike now. And again a single. This is good tactics against Waqar Younis. Looking for the ones, trying and getting 6 or 7 runs per over.
See, this is where experience counts, and Azhar has plenty of it. He recognizes that they don't want to lose wickets. They have barely 1 or 2 players left who can play this sort of bowling of Waqar and perhaps Aqib, but swinging it at the end. So Azhar is really not taking chances. He's collecting runs, collecting singles, and taking India towards the 200 mark.
Once India crosses that 200 mark, psychologically, it will be a big advantage, particularly knowing that there are still 9 overs left. And another single for Kamli. In fact, could get a couple here as he plays it wide on the onside. So another good over for India, 191 for 3. So 10 overs left, and India really now can launch into the Pakistan attack. They've got wickets in hand. Mushtaq will continue the attack.
But Ravi, if you see the batting lineup, it's just Jadeja and perhaps Mongia to come. Now, really,
this is going to be close. Azhar will have to hurry. Amir Sohail coming in from mid-wicket, unable to pick up the ball.
You see, that could have been just the wicket Pakistan wanted. It's just a question of nerves. Now, this was clearly a run-out. I mean, all he had to do was to just see he fumbled with the ball. I mean, Azhar was a long way back. And I think, as you would appreciate, Ravi, it's nerves, where you just fumble at the wrong time.
Well, just a slice of luck India needs. Kamli now again, he looks to be in fluent touch as he plays this one on the onside.
Yes, he is looking very ominous. He's middling the ball perhaps better than most batsmen so far. He does look in very good touch.
And what Pakistan will have to worry about is, like what Imran said, is that if India do get a score of 240, 250, India has 2 specialist spinners in Anil Kumble and Venkatpati Raju to put pressure on the Pakistan batsmen.
That's again experience playing. Azhar really not taking unnecessary chances. Again realizing and taking responsibility that he has to stay to the end. Knowing that a new batsman will be under a lot more pressure, he would take time settling in. Mushtaq deceiving Azhar there. Azhar wasn't quite sure which way it was going to turn.
.287 for 8 off their 50 overs. I suspect they'll be satisfied with that. This is a good pitch, mind you. And it looks now as if they'll only have to bowl 48 because the Pakistanis have been a little bit slow. And that has to be confirmed by the umpires, and it will be done during the break. But this Indian crowd have loved every second of it. They went quiet for a second when Sachin Tendulkar was out. In fact, there was a huge hush that went around this ground. But Sonny, you'd settle for that.
Yes, I think it's a very good total, a total which the Indian bowler should be happy to defend, because they will be bowling second on a wicket where the ball is likely to keep low. Disappointing that Tendulkar couldn't get runs, but then you can't expect him to get all the runs. But the rest of the batsmen, particularly Navjot Singh Sidhu and Jadeja, did so well. Waqar Yunus, look at those figures, 67 runs. Aqib Javed not any better, and Mushtaq Ahmad also. The three top bowlers going for plenty of runs.
So 62 runs off the last 5 overs is what they went for. 288 runs required at 6 runs per over, and they look as if they'll get 48 overs. We'll be back here in Bangalore in half an hour from now.
Welcome back, and the news from here is that Pakistan, having taken extra time to bowl their overs, have been given just 49 overs to play, and in that they have to score a total of 288 runs at 5.87 runs per over, and that really is a huge ask. That Indian total was possible because of the late onslaught by Jadeja, Azharuddin and Kumble. It really took India from a position where they were looking to get 250, 260 to a total of 288. With me is Ian Chappell. Ian, a big ask for Pakistan this.
Yes, I think India have taken it to the situation where Pakistan have really got to go after all the bowlers, and I think where that becomes important is Anil Kumble. They with a score that you were talking about before, 240, 250, they could perhaps just try and get 35 off Kumble, not lose any wickets. But now they've got to go after him, and I think that will favour India, and I think that they can win it from here. Now, I guess what we're going to see now is an attempted onslaught from the two left-handers. They will be aware that that India were taken by Sri Lanka in a high-scoring match when India got 271, looked to be a very good total, but Sri Lanka did all the damage in the first 15 overs, and I suppose that Pakistan will try and repeat the dose here with the two left-handers going for everything in the first 15. It's called wide by umpire Shepherd. A bit of bounce there to encourage Srinath.
And he worked up a bit of pace as well. What's important for India is not to go on the defensive. They must attack and try and pick up wickets at regular intervals, because that's one way you can peg back a team that's chasing a big score.
Yes, I think that's where Pakistan made a bit of a mistake, particularly early on. I think they looked at containing, and they were thinking more about runs than taking wickets.
So easily you can be lured into that sense of false insecurity by looking to defend in the middle stages of the innings, not realizing that when a side has wickets in hand, anything can happen.
Excellent shot.
Well, that's his strength, Amir Sohail's. Anything that is short, he's going to pounce on it very quickly. And here, Srinath trying to dig it in, but Amir Sohail in lovely position, just helping it over mid-wicket. What the Indians must look to do is try and bowl a line just outside off stump and make Amir Sohail use his front foot.
Good save. Jadeja did it with the bat. Now he's doing it in the field.
Well, it certainly seems to be his day so far. Batted magnificently, and this is the kind of fielding that can really lift the other players in the side. Saved a certain boundary there, diving to his right.
For North.
Kapoor fielding for the injured Navjot Sidhu. who pulled a muscle while batting. And here straight away brought into play.
For North will be Prasad, Venkatesh Prasad. Oh, that's a lovely shot. He really is very talented, Saeed Anwar.
And Venkatesh Prasad here is welcomed to the bowling crease with a superb piece of timing by Saeed Anwar. A little bit of room outside that off stump, but he really just stroked it through the covers. Lovely piece of timing. And really, the course of this match could well be dictated in the first 15 overs. India, at the moment, have their nose ahead.
Oh, that's an excellent shot as well. Already, I think we're seeing the difference between these two left-handers. Saeed Anwar is a very wristy player, but I think he's a little more talented than Sohail, and he will take less risks. Even in the first over, Sohail was having to take risks in an attempt to hit boundaries. This man, they'll come pretty easily to him.
Oh, he loves it coming onto the bat, and this new ball is coming onto the bat. And like Ian Chappell said, he's such a good timer of the ball. A very talented player.
Saeed Anwar has a strike rate of close to 80 for his career, which is a very good one.
Nice to see Tendulkar coming up there and having a chat with Prasad, because this is where India might just miss Manoj Prabhakar. He's a very experienced cricketer, has a very good record against Pakistan, and in a game where temperament is so important, he could have been vital for India.
Bangalore is unmoved.
Well, what that appeal certainly did was distracted umpire Steve Buckner and allowed the Indians to get away with a wide. It really was a half-hearted appeal by both the bowler and the keeper.
No slip in place. I think that's a mistake with Sohail on strike. I think they should have a slip for him at least.
You're right, Ian. I think they should have a slip for both the players, because these are two flamboyant batsmen. If they're in there for 15 overs, they can really get Pakistan off to a flying start. What the Indians need is to pick up wickets at this stage and not make the mistake Pakistan did earlier in the innings.
That's well run. It's none for 15. Once again, they try the appealing trick, and it seems to have worked. No wide call.
Well, just straying again down the leg side is Srinath, and really is lucky not to be called there, because the umpires these days very strict on anything that's even marginally down leg side.
And Jadeja misses on this occasion.
Well, there's a hush in the crowd, but the Pakistanis won't mind that. Another brilliant square cut by Amir Sohail, helped here by Jadeja. He may have got a bad bounce here, but really not keeping his eyes on the ball and allowing it to go for 4 runs. So the Pakistani is really off to a flyer at the moment.
I say I've been very impressed with Bangalore, Ravi. It's a nice looking city. good work there from Nayan Mongia. He was up very quickly, sensing that Sohail was looking for the single.
Well, just seeing the tactics of successful sides in this tournament, the opening batsmen don't mind going after the bowling in the first 15 overs. Let's hear Saeed Anwar playing a little bit too early. And then during the middle stage of the innings, that's between the 20th and 35th over, as long as they have wickets in hand, they can milk the bowling.
Toss, Amir Sohail said a couple of times that his team was very confident despite the loss of Wasim Akram. Akram out of the team because of a side injury. Felt that he was somewhere between 70 and 80% fit. He didn't think that that was good enough to play in such an important game. Bouncing that one into the square area and went straight over the top of Aziz's head. It's 21 for naught in the process of being erected.
Well, those two shots by Anwar in the last over, square of the wicket on either side, has prompted Azharuddin to drop a man back a deep point and pull up his fine leg.
And that's just encouragement for the batsman to try and go over square leg.
Now this is good, clever cricket by Saeed Anwar. Like we said, there is a man at deep point on the offside. He knows that the Indians don't have too much cover on the onside, and here gets his foot outside the line of off stump and just helps the ball on its way over square leg. And one thing is pretty clear, that these two Pakistani openers are not intimidated by the total of 288.
And the deep point has been brought up. That's Jadeja. And the man dropped back into the backward square leg boundary.
So it's a little game of chess being played out here.
Timing the ball well, and that's the first wicket of Pakistan gone. Saeed Anwar, the dangerous batsman, gone for 48, Pakistan 84 for 1.
Ijaz Ahmed's the new batsman. He hasn't done too badly in this World Cup so far. He's caught a couple of 50s. He got a 50 against the UAE and a 70 against England at Karachi. He made a duck against South Africa and 26 against New Zealand. So there his figures are. He hasn't done too badly. Very important now that he gives as much of the strike to his partner as he can while he just gets his eye in. Srinath on his way again. The Roar is back in Bangalore. Oh, and that one beats the outside edge. Well, there's some bounce in this wicket. That carried beautifully.
And of course, one must not forget that Srinath's got a wicket, so naturally he's going to be a little bit more charged up, a little bit more of bending the back there. But this was how Saeed Anwar got out. Srinath cramped him up, didn't give him room to play his shot with a free movement of the arms. And Anil Kumble judging the catch to a nicety.
Yeah, it's very interesting on that last replay to watch Srinath the bowler in the background. That's nicely run. He was jumping up and down as the ball went in the air. Such was his relief. Just watch him here. Watch the bowler. Just keep an eye on the bowler. He sees it go up in the air, and there he is. Catch it, please catch it. And of course it was caught. Big relief for him.
He was obviously willing the ball to stop, not carry on over Anil Kumble's shoulders. He's taken a real pounding, and that wicket will have done his confidence a wee bit of good. Because I'm saying a wee bit of good only because Amir Sohail, his other tormentor, is still at the wicket.
So Ijaz on strike. Srinath 2 in. Watchfully played. He'll introduce a little bit of common sense, I should think, into this innings. And this is certainly, that wicket certainly brought these Indians alive. All of a sudden they look as if they've got a bit of bounce in their step again. Camberley in particular, not that he ever calms down, he's always a bubbly, effervescent character, but the captain will be encouraged. He's in the gully at the moment. Ijaz Ahmed. Watchfully played again. Things are returning to normal.
Well, we're back to a bit of orthodox cricket here with Ijaz coming into bat. Saeed Anwar and Amir Sohail played some exciting cricket, no question about it. They were just laying about. Great fun to watch. Not sure it was great fun for the Indian bowlers.
It's well bowled again and well run too. That is very tidy over. 2 runs and a wicket once more. Pakistan 86 for 1. Looks as if it's going to be Venkatapati Raju to take up the attack. He's going to be taking over from Kumble. Kumble actually conceded only 1 run in that first superb over of his. And then the next 2, they went for around about 11 and 12. So he's got figures in 3 overs now of no wicket for 26. Venkatapati Raju, left-arm orthodox spinner. So far, has bowled pretty well in this World Cup. 2 for 34 against Kenya. Didn't play against the West Indies. He got 2 for 48 and bowled well against the Australians at Mumbai. And in Delhi didn't play. And again, 3 wickets against Zimbabwe in Kampur. So there he is. This will be a big moment for him. He'll be wondering whether he can keep it quiet. But he doesn't mind tossing it up. So with a bit of luck, he'll be looking to spin it a bit more and hoping they'll miss-hit the deliveries. Now, only 11 overs have been bowled, so still the Indian captain confronted with this problem of only being allowed 2 out. Having gone very quiet, this Bangalore stadium is now very noisy again. Oh, and that went through the hands of the silly point. A good attacking move by Mohammad Azharuddin. Got a silly point right in there.
Well, Azhar himself is a specialist fielder. Ajay Jadeja doesn't normally stand in that silly point position. But Azhar obviously wants to be a little close to the bowlers, to be able to walk up and speak to them, encourage them, tell them what they should be doing. It's been A tremendous onslaught by the Pakistani opening batsman. Their captain Amir Sohail still at the wicket.
5.33 now. What is Amir Sohail going to do? He's playing a gem of an innings. Not out 36 or 31 balls. He's got a deep square leg and a deep long on. Blasts it down the ground to mid-off. Amir Sohail captaining this side in place of the Pakistan Wasim Akram, who's injured, and that's off the pad. Yes, Wasim Akram was desperately keen to play, and apparently had a little bit of a bowl this morning to see if he'd be okay. Had some injections into that 12th rib area down the base of his rib cage, but it wasn't any good. That's nicely taken, but wide signal.
Well, Raju is under some pressure now because this is his first over. He also wants to ensure that he doesn't give the batsman too much room to play their shots.
That was well bowled. He held that one back a little bit, and it was eventually nudged away to short third man. Yes, Raju got some spin on that one. Pretty calm customer he is. And straight through to the keeper. So that's a good over. Well bowled. 3 runs from it. 89 for 1. Beats the outside edge. Oh, one gets the feeling that it's only a question of time before he's going to find the outside edge, and then all of a sudden there'll be 2 down.
Well, that's not the way the coaching books will tell you how to play a cover drive. But the Pakistan captain knows that for another 3 overs, the field restrictions will apply, and he's trying to make the most of it.
Blasted away to mid-off, no run. Yes, it's a lovely place, Bangalore. Obviously they're cricket mad, but it's also quite pretty. It's studded with beautiful laid out parks and gardens. There's lots of trees and tree-lined avenues. Lovely imposing buildings, very lively bazaars. I mentioned before, it's 1,000 meters above sea level. Very pleasant climate. Down the wicket and a big edge, and that'll go for 4. Well, again, you slash hard enough and you give yourself a chance, and this is an example of that. That really did fly off the edge.
Yes, he's given himself a bit of room to be able to swing those arms freely. It doesn't matter how the runs come at this stage, they have to come. Look at that back lift and look at the movement of the arms.
.35 balls for his 41. Straight to extra cover that time. A fumble. He wants one and gets sent back, and he's home. And yes, you've got to be very careful on the fumble.
Well, he's new to an India-Pakistan match, Ashish Kapoor. And you could see that in the initial stages itself when he threw when there was no necessary for a throw, and now again fumbling, not quite sighting the ball.
Out on the field in place of Sadhu. It's into the gap, but the sweeper's back there, so they'll get 1. Well, this is going to be a very interesting match now. The Indians got a good total, 287 for 8. Pakistan have got off to a flyer, so they're in the match, that's for sure. There's a lot of cricket left in this game. If wickets fall, of course, runs dry up, but at the moment runs are coming pretty freely. 1 wicket down. Last ball of the over. That's well left. 5 runs from it, 94 for 1. Well, that's a short delivery, and it'll go away towards the boundary. I don't know that it'll get there. It's going over the boundary very fast, and he's pulled it back. But I'll get 3. Yes, that wasn't a very good delivery. Perhaps trying to spin it a little bit too much, dragging the ball down, and he ended up getting a bottom edge.
Raju perhaps is aware that Amir Sohail is likely to give him the charge, therefore trying to bowl it a little shorter. Good bit of fielding there by Srinath. I think the Indians are getting their heads back up again. Their heads were a bit down when the openers were going hammer and tongs at the new ball attack, but that wicket has certainly acted as a tonic for the Indians. They're certainly back to giving it everything.
That's nicely nudged away. And that's all Ijaz has got to do now. Give the strike back to his partner as much as he can while he plays himself in. The required run rate, the all-important figure, and it's been hovering around 5.3 for a while. Getting a bit of a cheer there as he really let that one whip back into the gloves of the keeper right alongside the stumps. He's probably the best outfielder in the side. He's gone for it again. He's really winding up. What they've got to be careful of, batsmen who go down this course, they start to lose a bit of strength. And this looked to me like a bit of a forced shot. Watch this, really trying to force it away.
Well, Raju intelligently bowled that ball well up to the batsman, right, like a half volley. Once again.
And again, well bowled by Prasad. 133 for Pakistan after 21 overs. Well, with the crowd coming alive here with Pakistan losing those 3 wickets, there's going to be a change in the commentary box. It's going to be Richie Beno, and with him, Iftikhar Ahmed.
Thanks, Ravi. 55,000 of them alive, and they've been alive all day. They've been cheering India and occasionally Pakistan, although not quite so much. Now, Venkatapati Raju, 133 for 4. Must have been very close, perilously close to LBW, and only a whisker away from being run out by Mongal.
Let's watch that again. And even the experienced Javed Miandad showing some signs of nerves there as he sets off for the single. Oh, that would have been close. So India now very much in the driving seat. Let's watch it again. There goes the return. Watch Javed Miandad's bat, and he could have been back in the pavilion.
For a while it'll be a story of deflections for Javed Miandad. He'll rely on his experience to get him through these early deliveries. They're still in a comfortable position, Pakistan. That's as regards runs, but not quite so comfortable as regards wickets. 133 for 4.
Will really have to pull everything out of the bag here. It's a good position for him to go in. He can build the Pakistan innings at this stage. And with him is another very experienced player, Malik.
134 for 4. Prasad is the bowler.
Miandad's got him away for a single. down to fine leg. And Prasad may be getting some assistance off this wicket because of the dew as well. Might be slight dew here. So the required run rate now beginning to creep up. Malik, the batsman. Could be a wide. It is.
Prasad has bowled pretty well out there. He's got 2 good leg cutters through and has picked up 3 wickets. It's been expensive, over 6 and over, but then every bowler today has gone for a mozza. Some have done better than others with the wicket section there on the card. Economy rate of 6.16 in the light of today's happenings, not too bad. Would have been a great catch. Wonderful attempt because it was low and flat. Just scudded across the ground, probably 6-9 inches away from the grass, and Azharuddin was the man diving for it.
Let's watch that again. What a brilliant effort by Azharuddin, and he almost got it. Had he got it, it would have been the catch of the tournament so far.
The asking target is 288, but bear in mind there's only 49 overs to be bowled. That's a little more difficult for Pakistan. This is what happened to India, 287 for 8. Everyone got a few except Mongia, who was run out. Top score, Sidhu 93, Tendulkar 31. And then Jadeja, a brilliant innings. Wonderful 45 he hit just at the right moment for India.
There's an appeal, the bat ball missing the leg stump.
As you might expect, with a total of 287 in 50 overs, the bowling figures, nothing to write home about. 67 for Waqar Yunus. They took a tremendous number off his last 2 overs. He had only 27 off his first 8, and then they hit 40 off the next 2. Aqib Javed 1 for 67, 40 off Rahman, who came in for Wasim Akram.
Mirdad giving a signal to umpire Shepherd that he thought that was wide, chasing the ball with his vision, so to say. Let's watch him again. But it's after this, the way he reacted, which gave the impression that he thought it was wide.
.137 for 4. We're into the 24th over. 151 more needed from 26. Steve Buckner is standing at the bowler's end. Sweep. That's a trademark shot for Javed Mirdad. he's looking very confident, Ifty, even though the timing mightn't be quite there.
Yes, I think he's got to depend on the nudges and the pushes.
.140 for 4 at the end of the over.
And Anil Kumble coming back. He went for some runs in his first spell. 3 overs for 26 runs, literally blasted out of the attack. And that's when Pakistan were going very well with the 2 openers. But both the openers perhaps threw their wicket away. And now Pakistan in considerable trouble at 140 for 4.
A hell of a time to bowl leg spin inside that first 15 overs, which is what Kumble was called upon to do, with 2 batsmen thrashing away. That's a wonderful piece of bowling and a nice little touch from the wicketkeeper as well.
It'll be interesting to see that ball turn, and Mungia very quick at the bails off. And in the initial stages the foot was up, but then he planted it back in again.
Mungia's already put one down. That was into arm, but it didn't matter very much because the right-hander was dismissed shortly after. There's a problem for Azharuddin out there. He's got to get another bowler into the attack at some stage. He's not quite running out of overs to do it yet. The fun ball. And that's the sort of pressure that comes when you have sweaty palms and there are 55,000 people looking at you. Now those bowling figures, 7 for Srinath, 7 for Prasad, and then Kumble's in his 4th and Raju's 7. There's another bowler must come in, and he's not going to be a regular bowler. Might be Jadeja, but he's got to produce someone to go in there and bowl out the 5th lot of 10 or part of the 10.
And that could be Tendulkar. And Mirdad being put under pressure there by Azharuddin. 2 close infielders. And this must be unusual for Javed, who is a great competitor.
Wherever you are in the world, just think of the pleasure of sitting here at Bangalore. First match under lights, wonderful spectacle, 55,000 people here, and a leg spinner bowling to one of the greatest batsmen the world has seen over the years. It's brilliant. And it's 141 for 4 and 25 have gone. What a performance from India. They were looking right down the barrel when Amir Sohail and Saeed Anwar had got at them. Now they've come back. They've clawed their way back to the point where Pakistan now need the equivalent of 1 a ball. 49 overs only, not 50 for Pakistan.
Better timing from Javed. Beginning to settle down. plenty of overs left.
It's a lonely shout out there for Mongia. Not, I might say, for the first time, but he's very, very enthusiastic. It's an interesting combination used by Tendulkar. For the most time he bowls little off-spinner, off-cutters. All of a sudden he'll slip in a leg break. Very talented.
Both Malik and Miandad beginning to piece a partnership together. Pakistan have reached the halfway mark and they've got about half the target. So they could still well do it, but certainly India in the driving seat.
Strike at the moment, has it pretty much in his hands. Javed Miandad, Salim Malik the non-striker. And a good over from Tendulkar, 144 for 4 from 26. Just a reminder about the special cricket bat, the memorabilia. It's a worldwide limited edition of 1,000. They're the phone numbers in Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. Golden Greats, and there are 1,000 bats. Price is US dollars 1,000. Beautifully framed, and delivery charges are also included, framing and the delivery charges. In the air, but safe. Plenty of big names on that bat. Clive Lloyd, golden oldies they say, Sir Richard Hadley, and some of them are older than others, with Chris Rakant one of the young ones, Bob Willis, former England captain. The worldwide limited edition of 1,000. The phone numbers in Australia 1800 023 029, New Zealand 0800 445522, and South Africa 993014. And delivery time will be 6 to 8 weeks. That's 1,000 bats only, limited edition. $1,000 US for each one of those Golden Great bats. I won't get one for that either. Two good overs here. 146 for 4 now, and the crowd is roaring. Required rate now, though, 6.4. Just a reminder about those telephone numbers for the Golden Greats bat. Australia 023 029, New Zealand 445522, South Africa 993044, with a prefix 1800 in each case. And if you're in any country other than Australia, New Zealand and South Africa, that's the number to call, 612-565-3777. 612-565-3777.
India through their aggressive field placing and some very steady bowling.
That'll beat him into the fence. Not even with the best dive he could muster. he been able to stop that? Well, these two experienced players will be working out precisely how they can do it.
It's the first bit of aggression for a long time from the Pakistani batsmen that we've seen. 150 for Pakistan. And there's his experience, 220 matches, and he certainly needs it in this one. These two can build a good partnership here. They've got the overs. This game's still wide open.
.151 for 4.
And Sri Lanka have already qualified for the semi-final and are waiting for the winner of this match. That'll be played Calcutta.
Jadeja is the bowler now. He's taken over from Anil Kumble. Kumble is being kept back for a later stage. The other quarterfinals, South Africa against West Indies. That's in Karachi, and it's being played on Monday. Australia and New Zealand in Madras on the same day. Now today, England have been eliminated by Sri Lanka in a dynamic display. Not the first time they've done it in recent times, with Karavitarana and Jayasuriya at the top of the batting order. But it must have been brilliant to watch, even if you're an England supporter, I guess.
And both the batsmen playing very sensibly. They've got to build a partnership here, because after this is the keeper Rashid Latif, and then the Pakistan tail starts, so a lot depends on these two.
Just the single away down to deep fine leg. That other match we were talking about between Sri Lanka and England. England 235 for 8. They scrambled and clawed their way up there because of some intelligent batting and courageous batting too from De Freitas, Reeve and Darren Gough. 235 for 8. Sri Lanka 91 off 11 overs at one point. And Jayasuriya smashed it all over the park.
And Jadeja keeping the batsman quiet, and it's 153 for 4.
Tendulkar to bowl.
And both Tendulkar and Jadeja reeling off some useful overs here, keeping the scoring rate down.
That's a beautiful stroke. Lovely square drive. Wonderfully well executed by Salim Malik.
Now Malik beginning to open up. That shot played beautifully square of the wicket of the front foot, and in the previous over he got a 4. So he's now beginning to get the scoreboard moving.
Oh, well done. Brilliant fielding. If you want a note of what amounts to desperation, just have a look at Manjrekar.
And all credit to Manjrekar for saving that boundary. A brilliant stop by him.
He'd be kicking himself there. He couldn't let that go and got it wide from Steve Buckner. Steve Buckner's giving it a bit of a chuckle as well. unusual to have two essentially part-time bowlers on together, but they're doing it well. That's this single, unless Salim Malik wants to persuade Javed to have a quick dash. The answer is no thank you. It's 159 for 4 up to 30. This is Jadeja. 3 wickets for Prasad in this Pakistan innings. He's done very well. Now in the commentary box for the next exciting half hour, I can tell you it is exciting stuff. Sunil Gavaskar, and alongside him is Ian Chubb.
Thanks, Richie. Yes, it's slowed down a little bit from the early frenetic pace. Still a very good contest, particularly while Salim Malik is there. He's a very calm player, doesn't appear to lose his head, places the ball well, and doesn't hit too many in the air.
I also wouldn't rule anything past that old fox Javed Miandar. He's still biding his time, I think.
And so far with Javed, the old swagger is still there, but the shots are just missing at the moment. A little bit of time, or the timing is just a little bit astray.
Well, Javed hasn't played any cricket before the World Cup started, and even in the tournament he's had just a couple of innings, so that really is no way to get your confidence back, particularly if you've been out of cricket and international cricket for over a year. He's been out for almost 2 years.
Yes, the little nudges and the way he uses his wrists guide the ball into the gaps, that's just missing at the moment, and it's the sort of art that you do have to work very hard at. He was one of the best in the business at it, Javed. He'll be hoping it returns quickly. And 61 for 4. Well, that graphic there showing 127 needed from 18 overs. That's another reason why they will miss their captain, because Wasim Akram is the sort of explosive player that you need in that situation. To come in for just a few overs and really explode and get rid of a lot of those runs that you need. Bring the required rate down very quickly.
Well, in Javed's case, that great innings he played at Sharjah where he got victory to Pakistan with that last ball 6. He began in similar fashion, picking the 1s and the 2s.
Very nearly caught and bowled.
And after getting his eye in, then he started to hit the ball around, and that was a tremendous innings.
Tendulkar would have enjoyed that if he'd have grabbed the court and bowled, apparently in his earlier days when he was only about 16, 17, just starting out. Javed came to field at silly mid-off, and after a couple of shots from Tendulkar suggested that he should be at home doing his homework. It's 165 for 4. Well, that's about the sort of target that Sri Lanka have been getting in their first 15 overs, 124, so it's possible. Perhaps a bit easier in the first 15. Salim Malik is very disappointed to not get a wide there, but I think that's a good call from umpire Shepherd.
Yes, I think Ajay Jadeja, seeing him move away, bowled the ball at the right spot, right length too.
The question question, which he always does. Javed in 1992 got a little bit upset with Kieran Moray for appealing a lot. I wonder how he goes with Nayan Mongia.
And Nayan Mongia is also from the same state. He's from Baroda. He was understudy to Kieran Moray for quite a while. And oh, that is interesting. His foot was on the line.
He may well have done himself a disservice, Mongia. Like the boy crying wolf, he may have appealed so often the umpires tend not to take so much notice of it, but he could well have had a very reasonable query.
Well, Malik had no clue where the ball had gone. He was looking to go for the quick single, and was his foot on the crease?
On the line is out in that case. But he may just have had a part of the boot on the ground behind the line, but it can't be much of the boot. It might only be a sprig or two. Jadeja doing a good job here as one of the part-time bowlers. That strike rate there shows what a struggle it's been for Javed. .167 for 4. 121 needed from 16 overs for Pakistan to go through in this quarter-final. Good placement there from Salim Malik. And that's what they need to do, keep getting twos to the odd boundary.
Salim Malik has made his intentions clear from the previous over when he started to step away from the wicket. That's a shot he plays very well. 1 over extra cover.
Sri Lanka already through their quarter-final, defeating England earlier on today in Pakistan. So Sri Lanka will meet the winners of this quarter-final. That match will be played at Eden Gardens in Calcutta. And then we have the third and fourth quarter-finals coming up. South Africa versus West Indies. A lot of rivalry there. Maybe recent rivalry, but I'm sure it will be a ding-dong battle. Once again, quite a chase for Ashish Kapoor. Well fielded. And the other quarter-final, Australia-New Zealand. Well, I can tell you, Sonny, there's plenty of rivalry there between the near neighbours. Perhaps not quite as much as with your near neighbours. We tend to fight our wars together rather than against each other. That's well hit. 4.
Salim Malik is a very, very dangerous player. India has borne the brunt of his attack when he scored 70 of 35 deliveries at Eden Gardens. And he's had a fairly long look at the bowling now, opening his shoulders. This is crunch time for both the teams.
Shout from Tendulkar, and while the appeal was going on, the batsman got into a bit of a mix-up. It's 175 for 4. Bosanil, they tell me that this place has got some nice bars around here in Bangalore. I guess they'll be really roaring if India win this match.
Well, I'm not too sure how long they'll be allowed to keep their doors open, because I think the law says that the pubs in most part of the country, they have to shut up shop by midnight. But if the match does finish on time at 10:15, they still have 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I think you would probably know that it's enough time to get very, very happy.
Yes, if I cast my mind back to the days just after I'd left school, when they had 6 o'clock closing in Adelaide, you could get from the office to the pub a couple of minutes after 5, 6 o'clock closing. You could get quite a bit down your neck in an hour and do a fair bit of damage. But, I think they'll be getting ready for a party in Bangalore. That's beautifully hit. Perhaps just put a little bit of a hold on the party just at the moment.
Well, Jadeja just giving the right width to Salim Malik. The ball moving outside. There you see. And Malik needs no more invitation to get on to it and hit it away. This is, as I said, crunch time for both the teams. The Pakistanis were quite content to pick the ones and the twos. Now they want the boundaries.
And the bowler being told by the keeper that's a very good line. And it's been called a wide. I think that's what Nayan Mongia was trying to avoid. He hasn't.
Well, Mongia reckons that there was a bit of a nick over there. Ajay Jadeja has a rueful smile on his face, and David Shepherd, a nice little glance. Oh, there was a bit of a sound, but it's very difficult for the umpire to make out.
Certainly a noise there, and the way that it went through, it appeared as though the only thing it could have really hit would be the gloves. May have perhaps touched the thigh pad, but I'd say there it's perhaps clipped the gloves, but you couldn't blame the umpire for giving it not out. Very hard to give that out. Keeper would have been the only one that knew. It's 182 for 4. 50 partnership between Salim Malik and Javed Miandad has come off 83 balls. It's going to be Kumble back into the attack now at the Bemel end. Kumble with figures of 5 overs, no maidens, none for 29. His first over just cost 1, and then he got caught up in the mangler with Saeed Anwar and Amir Sahel going berserk. Fall short.
Mohammad Azharuddin, by using Jadeja and Tendulkar for 9 overs, has probably covered for the 5th bowler, and he'll be back to his regular bowlers.
Jadeja's done some brilliant work, and that probably is the best of it.
Oh, absolutely terrific. No doubt about that. Look at the way he dived to his wrong side, and even though he was on the floor, he turned and threw it to the wicketkeeper. Tremendous cricket, that.
Yes, he's had a very good game. Batted brilliantly. He's bowled some good overs and put in whilst in the field.
But Javed Miandad is experienced enough to know that Salim Malik is the one who's striking the ball well, so he's picking the 1s and the 2s, nudging it away, giving Malik more of the strike.
It's a great occasion here in Bangalore. They now advance through to the semi-finals along with Sri Lanka, who they play in Calcutta. And isn't that a happy bunch?
Well, they really couldn't have chosen a better way to reach the semi-final, beating the old enemy Pakistan. And you can see there a very delighted Indian team, and why not? They've played a good, tough match, and they've come out trumps. Venkatpati Raju can enjoy that bottle of water. He's toiled hard there in the middle. Bowled at a stage when he was under pressure, but did a fine job for India in the end.
Yes, well, it's been